I left behind less than 2 billion pending bills and not 4 billion as alleged by Governor Ali KORANE. These are the words of former County Chief Nathif Jamaa. The first governor says 2022 gubernatorial race will be bigger, better, and more jubilated than ever. Was he rigged out last time? And perhaps, who is his biggest threat in the election looming face-off? We sat down with a long-serving banker to clear the air after a long silence. This is Head to Head. Governor Jamaa, good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Hamza. I really appreciate it. And let me take this opportunity to thank you and also your team for this opportunity.
5 years in power, 4 years out of politics. How's life?
Beautiful. I mean, probably this 4 years gave me time to settle down, look back at a few issues, take time with my family, spend time with friends, and also look back at some of the issues I like doing, some of my other engagements, business, and a few other issues. But obviously, also planning for the next big event. That's 2022. Okay. Yeah.
You are the pioneer of first devolution system from 2013 to 2017. Tell us something that you can look back today and you say, wow, it really worked for me. I did it.
Okay, health sector, first of all, I think, Hamza, you'll agree with me, is a key function that was devolved. And obviously, as the pioneer governors, we had a huge mandate to ensure that such a key function or such a key aspect of devolution was undertaken well. When I first started as the governorship there, what I found was obviously a situation whereby, yes, we had the Garissa General Hospital running well, the PGH for that matter, but one thing in many ways. One of the key issues that we discovered, for instance, was the staffing. The staffing was quite an issue. There weren't many professionals around in all the important departments of the hospital. Supply of medicines was lukewarm, and many other issues. Infrastructure was missing, particularly so in the sub-counties. And what I did was, the first issue that we undertook with the team there was, first of all, to draw a 5-year strategic plan for healthcare. And it's a document that's still available. I'm sure if you have time, you can follow on that. And we drew for ourselves a strategy that we had to follow.
That is after you came in or before?
No, after we came in. And in that strategic plan, we had goals to achieve. We set goals for ourselves. Among them was to employ sufficient staff for all the parts of the PGH, for all parts of the county, and also to ensure that we gave freedom. One thing I have to tell you is, healthcare, unlike many other aspects of devolution, is a professionally oriented business, and therefore you really need to give these people what they want. Otherwise, you'll find failures. For instance, I remember in one meeting, they asked for an exclusive budget for the PGH, and we gave them. I think if I remember, it takes me right, it was something like 12 million a month, and we said that should be it. Let PGH that for itself, in addition to any other allocation that we may provide for them. And that was quite a game changer for them, because they knew what they wanted, and you need to really encourage the team. You need to give them what they need, promotions if they deserve so, and so forth and so on. So I think if I was to be asked today, what did we do? We had a strategic plan that we followed to the letter, and we ensured that we achieved, or we tried to achieve as much as possible, whatever we wrote there. For instance, let me give you an example. Out there, the dispensaries were either not there or were extremely in poor condition. We built more than 25 dispensaries all over the county. It's unfortunate now, I'm being told most of them, about 16 of them right now, are not functioning. PGH itself, we ensured we brought every equipment that was required, including equipment that I personally sought from Turkey, who as a country were helping me on many fronts. We created a very, very robust referral system. The ambulances that we had, both the ones we owned ourselves and the ones we leased, we ensured that there was an ambulance at every 3 wards in the county. We had an ambulance, you know, and they're not far from each other. Every 3 wards we had an ambulance standing, fully equipped with paramedics, with all the requirements, so that the moment there's a call anywhere from any of the wards, the ambulance moves and quickly brings the patient to the nearest sub-county headquarter facility. And they were all operational. I really don't know how such a very robust system came down so quickly in just a matter of 4 years. I'm able to understand.
Okay. But again, if I take you back a little bit, I witnessed where a mother died, because of lack of healthcare in Liboy in around 2014. The same now is happening in almost all the sub-counties. Is there maybe something we are not understanding? Because you are governor and maybe you understand better in terms of maybe governance. Where is the problem? Is it about not having enough funds from the national government, or these mismanaged priorities?
Well, I mean, that probably is a specific case you are referring to. A death can occur. I mean, really, for different reasons. I won't specifically recall that case, but what I can say is that we had a very, very efficient system. Not, I'm talking about the broad aspect of healthcare. Was something that we paid very, very good attention to. That's one aspect I think I am proud of as an achievement, me and my team who are there. And of course, the other one is a program that I was the only governor out of the 47 governors who came up with. A program I think you can remember, known as Ugatuzi Nakazi. That, again, Hamza, let me just go back and tell you something. It's the philosophy that you come on board with as a governor. What kind of philosophy, or development philosophy rather, will you want to bring out for your county? For us, it was really, first of all, a question of attacking the basics. Healthcare, it's a very, very important issue. Empowerment, economical empowerment. Let me tell you that that program was a deliberate attempt, or initiative rather,
no, it really helped.
to support the poor of the county, all the way from Danyere to Holuko, and from Liboy, for that matter, to Abalatiro. And it worked. We used the MCS to help us in looking for the poor of the poor, the poorest of the poor, and identify those people who deserved that support. It wasn't just charity money, but they were working. They were cleaning the towns and the settlements, and also earning. But those were monies. I think if my memory can take me correctly back, we had about 2,000 mothers and young men and elderly men working for that program. Each one was earning about 10,000 shillings a month, Hamza. That is about 20 million shillings a month going into Suq Mugdi and going into the markets of the towns, Balambala, Mudogashi, Dadaab, Huluko, Burra, and Masan, all that. We constructed more than 80 new ECD classrooms, countywide. And before we came, you'll find children studying under trees, studying under makeshift kind of structures. You'll find them sitting in what we call in Kamora in Somali language. Let me talk about the county offices, sub-county offices rather. Hamza, we have constructed sub-county offices in all the 6 sub-counties. Today, if you go to Balambala, and probably have been there before, go and see the facility there, which has the offices of the sub-county administrator and his staff, and a hall.
But when we argue, what is the need of having structures in sub-counties when you didn't manage to build county headquarters?
Well, again, it's a matter of priority.
Sure.
Let me talk of the you know, the adage which says misplaced priorities. I tried to avoid very much what was not a priority for me at that time. When it comes to an office for me and my team, we had a whole wing of the former provincial headquarters offices. I did not need to construct a new office. Sure. I had much more priority. It was more better for me to do this office in the sub-counties so that I can have those halls for public participation. I can have a place for my staff to sit. So really, for me, having a headquarters office probably was going to come in the second term of me being in office.
Today in Garissa, we have witnessed so many, incomplete ghost project which was initiated during your tenure. You are accused of giving out contracts without, a due process. Were you the one signing this contract? Who is responsible?
I can tell you, Hamza, that is outright lie. We had a very, very effective system. I can say, of course, mistakes can happen. Sure. I'm not, I'm a human being. I'm not controlling every file down there. Yeah. There are offices. They can make mistakes. But let me tell you, the projects that were not completed have not been completed. One, either because the contractor himself was not very, very effective, was not really up to the task.
Experience, rather?
Call it whatever. Call it for lack of experience. Sure. He could be not very committed. And this is a common problem. Yeah. It's not just common to Garissa. It's common even to the national government. It's common everywhere. And a number of them, actually, we fired them. We had to cancel the contracts and re-award the project. But again, also the lack of completion can happen for other different reasons. For instance, if we were in the midst of a financial year, and you find that the monies allocated for that project did not come in on time, the project can delay. We didn't leave behind a large number of projects uncompleted, by the way. We had a good number of unpaid, or what do you call, bills, and that's common. That's quite common. I was reading somewhere the other day, President Uhuru Kenyatta's government is still paying bills that were entered into in the first term of President Kibaki. Nobody says, you should finish with your term. There's nothing like that in the world of running governments.
And that is where, we had an interview with Governor KORANE last week. I'm sure you must have watched. He said, Governor Jamaa left a bill of 4 billion, which is definitely, making him not to deliver service. How do you respond?
That's a lie. And I'm sorry to say that on the current governor. But I would want, without me saying what figures we left behind, I'll advise my brother to go back to the books correctly and see what we left behind. That's a very, very highly exaggerated figure. I think that's the best I can say.
How much do you remember?
I will not, I think to my memory, we were even less than 2 billion shillings, yes.
During your time, or even now, water is one of the pressing issues in the sub-counties. Go to Motogashe, go to Masalani, go to Balambala. Can we say the leadership has failed?
Hamza, first of all, before I say where the problem is, or before I give out my suggestion on where the problem is, let me first of all tell you what we did in water ourselves. We had water extensions done for 14 towns and settlements along Town River, starting all the way from, let me talk about the ones which worked, and I went and myself and launched them. Yeah. Just examples, very quickly. Do you know a place called Hadley? Yep. Please ask the people of Hadley. 4 kilometers they got water. From 4 kilometers we supplied them water, and I launched it myself. Talk about a place called Abakdera in Fafi. Talk about Hagarbul. Talk about Hara. And talk about many, many more. Garissa, despite the politics surrounding water, we were sure 80% of the town was getting enough water and good water. Today, if you have been to Garissa recently, and I think you have been there, I'm told there are over 400 water Bowser vehicles running around supplying water in Garissa town. big and small, 400. You will definitely not remember such kind of situation during our time.
You believe there's cartels operating?
Oh, it could be anything. It could be cartels, having their own whatever, that relationships with the county staff. It could be anything. But I can tell you, water was reaching the town, despite the politics, despite the sabotage that we knew was there.
So you believe there's still sabotage? Last time during your tenure, was there any sabotage?
Well, I had Governor KORANE talking about sabotage.
You believe it?
I mean, yes, definitely.
During your time, there was also...
It was there. Right. It was there. And they know themselves, without mentioning names, those who are behind the sabotage. But the point I'm coming to is, despite the sabotage, despite the politics of water in Garissa, we were supplying the town. And I think if you have an opportunity, Hamza, please interview the people of Garissa, not me or not politicians for that matter. Sure. Ask them what was the situation then and what is the situation now.
Let's talk about politics. You said you were rigged in 2017 general election. Are you worried that this might happen again? Well, everything has a climax, and this is the moment you have been all waiting for. Was he rigged? If yes, then who? We'll get to know after this commercial break. Don't go far. We'll be back in a moment.
Time. Time is crucial in any emergency. Every minute counts. Every second matters. When the precious window between life and death is closing quickly, skilled doctors, fearless nurses, and medical facilities will determine the rest.
Welcome to Al Jazeera Hospital. This is a laparoscopic tower.
At Al Jazeera Hospital Garissa, every patient is a top priority. Your loved ones have the best fighting chance in the care of our medical staff, state-of-the-art medical facilities, including a highly advanced laboratory and ultra-modern theaters. We don't just treat our patients, we contend for their welfare. Find us along the Dab Road opposite Garissa Referral Hospital. Visit us today. Quality healthcare brought closer to you.
dugsiga hoose dhexe Al-Bushra iskuul qiime iyo qaayo badan oo loo qashuuca qabanqaabada qorax soo baxa tacliin qaran weyn qaybaheeda ay qorsheeyeen rag quman ee jooga Al-Bushra Primary School xarur qoyska uu ku qalqaaliyo oo quraan iyo qisasul anbiya maada qaran looba kala qalin waa qasaaro qeyrkood ka hare ee maanta booqo iskuulka Al-Bushra Primary School iyadoo afduubka carruurtu sii kordhay waalidiin badan ayaa ka cabanaya carruurtooda gaar ahaan markay aadayaan iskuulka ka seexmidaasi macallimiin qadaf iyo qalooc iyo nacab wax isqoonsada ayaa qaabila qofkii taga Al-Bushra Primary School
maanta halka aan joogno oo Garissa ah waxaan u joognaa inaan furno iskuul cusub oo Al-Bushra Primary School aan ugu magac darnay iskuulkan cusub maanta aan furayno waa baahi timid oo aan ka jawaabayno inaan maartay dhageysano asxaabteeni Garissa joogtay oo ognahay iskuulo badan baa sii jiray barashooyin badan baa sii jiray laakiin hadda qaybta halkan aan ka furayno wax badan bay uga doonaan doontaa qaybihii hore aan hore u sii taqaanay ee primary ahayd Al-Bushra Primary School waxaan ka furnay xaafadda Buula Iftiin isbitaalka la yiraahdo Makona baan ku dhaganahay iskuul dhameystiran oo aan ugu talagalnay ilaa iyo galaaska 6 from PP 1 to class 6 baan halkan ka furnay macallimiinta aan diyaarinay macallimiin yani quality iyo tayo fiican leh oo ugu talagalnay inay hawshan adeegeeda bixiyaan
haddaba ha moogaanin Al-Bushra Primary School
isbitaalka Antalya waa isbitaal bixiya daryeel caafimaad oo horumarsan isbitaalka Antalya waxaa laga helaa dhakhaatiir casri ah oo ka yimid dalka Turkiga.
waxaan qaas ku nahay inaan keenno mashiinta OBG-ga ee ka caawiya dadka in looga fiiriyo ilkaha iyo wixii soo gaara kaliya. waxaan kaloo aan meesha aan u fududeyno dadka inay helaan baaritaamo khaas ah sida baaritaamada waaweyn oo dhakhtarka codsado si aan qofka looga caawiyo in uu helo waqti yar in uu jawaabtiisa ku helo go'aan looga gaaro xanuunada haysta qofkaas. waxaa mid kale aan meesha ka sheegay waxa waaye in aan hayno qalliimo fara badan aan ka suubinay aan calaaqaad la leenahay dhakhtarin fara badan oo different background leh sida orthopedic dhakhtarka lafaha dhakhtarka dumarka dhakhtarka physicianka loo yaqaano iyo dhakhtarka caruurta iyo dhakhtarin fara badan oo nagu xiran anaga si aan qofka oo baahidiisa ugu daboolno uu u helo caafimaadkiisa asagoo gurigiisa jooga Gaarisa.
Isbitaalka Antalya uga imow daryeel caafimaad oo la awoodi karo haddana tayo leh.
You said you were rigged in 2017 general election. Are you worried that this might happen again?
But Hamza, I think without going into a lot of details, the people of Garissa and even in many other parts of the country know that elections in many parts of this country did not go well, did not go as planned, were quite interfered with systematically. Without going into details, I think I'll leave you to go back to the report by that lady, an IEBC lady called Akombe. I think her name was Akombe, right?
Yeah,
Rosalind Akombe, the commissioner, who said there were literally no elections in 10 counties. One of them was Garissa. That's not me talking. That's a commissioner of IEBC who knew what was happening.
How are you sure that this will not happen in 2020?
Well, I think it's for us to ensure IEBC, and I'm happy that the other day the chairman Chibokati and his team were out to say that this time things will be different, much more open and proper in every respect. We look forward to that. I mean, it's for them to ensure that the thing is done fairly. I mean, if I don't want to go far, but I can say without fear of contradiction,
Sure.
and I've been proven right, even by Akombe for that matter,
Yeah.
that the elections were very unfair in the way they happened in a number of places, including Garissa County.
How do you view, other people who are in the race, definitely?
Well, I think so far there are about 3 people who are hearing the names, including myself. We are 4, or probably 5. 4 others plus me so far who have, I think, mentioned or come out with that interest. Everybody is welcome. I mean, but the thing I want to mention is the people of Garissa to decide or to form a criteria for themselves on who should be the next governor.
Do you think Ambassador Shidi's announcement will affect your support base? Because we had him saying that he is in the race too. Your vote?
I don't normally underestimate anybody. I mean, he has all the right to campaign in the midst of Garissa, whether it's my clan or beyond. Well, he will get what I think is deserved for him. But again, as I said, everybody has a history here, and I think it is that history which will determine what each person gets. It's your background. And I think that's really what we need to sell. What were you before?
And it's important to ask, what have you been doing before you became Garissa governor?
I was a banker, and I was the pioneer of Islamic banking in Kenya. I brought on board a bank known as First Community Bank, which employed a large number of Kenyans, including many Garissans for that matter. We had a large number of branches in northern Kenya, in Garissa. The branch is still there. We had a branch in Masalani, in Wajir, all the way to, Moyale and other places, Isiolo. So it was really something major. Something I think I believe personally also helped me in being coming on board as the first governor of Garissa County. So I want the people of Garissa to differentiate between ourselves, all those who are contending for the seat, to be differentiated on the basis of their history. So that, you know, we're not just, it's not just a question of I'm interested and, you know, I'm running around and I will get the seat. No. Yeah.
Okay. The statement of Governor KORANE is saying if Jamaa hires Goon again in the rally, we will follow him to his house and he will not hold any baraza again. What came to your mind first when you heard that, Governor KORANE saying?
That was a bit reckless, and there was no need for that, because really nobody goes to other people's homes like that. It doesn't augur well for him and where he sits as a governor to have been saying that. The issue of me employing goons, I think the people of Garissa know who I am. The good news is the people of Garissa know who I am. I don't employ goons. I don't employ militias. I don't employ or work with people who cause mayhem and destruction. Everybody's known. I have my record, clean record for that matter, which the people of Garissa know and appreciate. And I think the best I can say is it was not necessary for him to utter such.
We had an interview with former Majority Leader Aden Duale, and he gave you 5 out of 10. How do you respond to that? I
don't know what yardstick my brother Duale used to give me that 5 out of 10. If he had used the yardstick used by you know, the national government health department to make us the first in the country, probably he should have given me a bit more. If he had used the yardstick known to the people of Garissa, probably he should have done a bit of homework, go to Suq Mugdi and ask those mamas of Ugatuzi, you know, what it was for them to be under my government. Probably he should have given me more.
How much would you have given yourself that? The development of the track record?
A bit tricky. I don't want to give myself a lot, but I think an 8 out of 10 should have been a good one. Yeah.
If you were given a chance to meet Garissa people for the last time, maybe, before election, what is the message that you will have told them, maybe, in terms of, you know, election, development, the track record maybe you had previously? What will you tell them?
Well, I think the message will only be one. Let's be careful. Let's the people of Garissa be careful and weigh everybody on what he or she is. I'm repeating myself a lot on that point, but I think the people of Garissa now will have known who I am, will have known who the rest are, in terms of their history, in terms of their background, in terms of their development record, wherever they used to be, and give me an opportunity a second term. And as I've told you, I'm going into the campaigns with a lot of confidence. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Governor Jamaa. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for watching. On behalf of the camera crew, Abdi Aziz and Khalid, senior producer Jacob Musia, bye-bye for now.